there.
One of the guests is coming up who we had mentioned was going to join us earlier. That's Utchay. Yeah, that's the name. So let's bring him on. Let's have the conversation going. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. So let's go back to our discussion. We're talking about the governorship election and the House of Assembly elections. Now, that's the part we're in now on the program. So let's ask you pointedly, the figures and the feedback you're getting about the House of Assembly election results. Will these results and what has come in so far, how do you think the state legislature will be able to support those governors to ensure the people get the, quote, dividends of democracy at the state level?
I would rather put it this way. How do you think the people would be able to serve those that have elected them to represent them?
Anyway, for me, I believe strongly that anybody that has been elected, you should know the primary reason why you've been elected. Currently, right now, from what we can see now, is no longer business as usual. You can see the kind of jostling. People are jostling to keep their positions and all. I believe that anybody that is elected now, in fact, one of the major gains of this democratic process for 2023 is that anybody that is elected now, we actually know the reason why he or she is being elected. In fact, it's not even a time that you have everybody, members of the House of Assembly, your party and all the rest of it. In fact, if they are not in your party as a governor, it's even better for the people so that there's not going to be like a connivance and stuff. I mean, the more they spread, the better. That's the gospel truth. If you are doing the right thing, nobody will think of impeaching you or giving you a problem. The truth is that whether good or bad, people want good things to come to them. So it doesn't really matter wherever you're operating from, however it is like now. The most important thing right now is that the people of Nigeria have actually woken up to say, you know what? We want good governance. So whoever the cap fits, let him wear it. Whether it's from any party, from NRP, from PDP, from whatever. You see all kinds of mixtures this season. So it just simply means that anybody that is in power now, that is being elected, should deliver the dividend of democracy. No more waraporism, no more over-friendliness, no more my party person and all. If you cannot deliver the job, then throw in the towel and leave. Yeah, that's the era where we're in right now. And I'm actually looking forward to a time in Nigeria, of course, I know it's going to happen very soon, whereby political office will stop looking. I mean, it's too juicy right now. I mean, political offices will stop being very juicy. Will just be a place where people go to sell. Will just be a place where if you get into power and all, you're just going there to make a name, to leave a legacy. Right now, it's too juicy. That's why you see all kinds of things happening. People working, doing all kinds of stuff and whatever, just to keep a political position. If it's not juicy, I don't think people spend the amount of money they are spending to campaign and do all the funny things they are doing.
Before we look at the reward system and how that can be adjusted to ensure that people would not go all out simply because of the reward system and what they want to make out of the office they find themselves in. Let's still look at what somebody has called coat of many colors. That's what you just described. You know, people coming in from different political parties, a multiple party state assembly or national assembly. But would you say that we can have the right synergy to actually provide governance for the people? We saw what played out in the 8th Assembly, at the National Assembly, you know, and it was more of a cat and dog bickering affair, although if you ask me, not on the negative, but of course it didn't quite augur well.
Yeah. It's better. For me, it's better. I mean, there is great value in variety. There's great, uniformity is not unity. That's the mistake we make in Nigeria. When everybody look alike, when everybody is wearing same uniform, doesn't mean that we're all united. What we need unity of heart. And that's a major thing that I'm actually believing that God is going to help us this particular season. this season from 2023 upwards, that God will help to perform a surgery in the hearts of political leaders, in the hearts of people in the House of Assembly, in the House of people in Senate, all over. Perform a surgery that they will think about the welfare of her people and not the party. We don't want that anymore. We don't want people wearing the same uniform, wearing the same beret, and probably staying under the same umbrella as a party. We don't need that anymore. We want people that will come in to serve. If you are coming from any party, for wherever you represent and all, just come in and serve and do the bidding of the people. And of course, thank God for what the media is doing. There's a lot of political awareness right now. People are beginning to know that if you are elected and you're not doing anything, your constituency can call you back. They can call you back. We need to enlighten our people to know that the power belongs to the people. And you're going to see a lot of development from now. So we don't need people. If you're a governor, if you're doing the right thing, you shouldn't be scared. You shouldn't be scared of your people at the house. You shouldn't be scared at all. That's the truth. During time you'll be scared if you are trying to do something that is wrong. If it's something that will benefit the people, something that will benefit the state, something that will benefit the villagers, benefit the masses, you shouldn't be scared of it, because at the end of the day, you're actually there to serve the people and not your own pocket and not for your own self.
Okay, Utchay.
So I love what is happening right now. We need more of it in Nigeria.
Okay, Utchay, you're there in Lagos.
Yeah.
And we spoke about the results for the governorship, which were declared just over an hour ago. The Inec Center now, there's some calm and peace there, I would call it that. We know about what transpired pre-election and on election day. How would you appraise the mandate now that Sanwo-Olu has for a second term? People have voted. He got over 760-something thousand votes. Others came, behind and all of that. How do you expect him to now carry the whole of Lagos along? All the cleavages that have come to the fore. How do you want him to cement and paper all those things?
Anyway, he has a lot of work to do, because the people of Lagos are not happy, especially the parties. They are not happy at all. Of course, the Labour Party governorship candidate actually said he won't accept the result and all, and a whole lot of people. If you go to social media, you see all kinds of things going on right now. I mean, people are throwing all kinds of tantrums, attack, and the rest of it. Even on the governor's page himself, people are not happy at all. So he has a lot of work to do. I don't know how he's going to do it, because if you look at it critically and all, I actually, the one of Governor Seyi Makinde, wow, everybody is excited in the state for him. Everybody, he's still a governor too. People are excited, people are congratulating him, people are even congratulating from other parties. I mean, it's really exciting and all. But in Lagos, it's not like that. It's like there's a lot of sadness, a lot of sorrow and all. So the governor has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of work to do, coupled with the fact with all the attacks and the rest of it, which of course, it might not be a part of it, but the truth of the matter is this: most of the people that were doing the attacks were actually saying it and as if they actually contracted to work on his behalf. When somebody comes up and is telling people, don't vote for, if you know you're not voting for APC, don't vote. What does that mean? It's clear. And there's nothing, we're actually expecting him, the governor, to make a specific statement against that it is wrong. Whoever you are that did that and all and stuff, because at the end of the day, Lagos is a cosmopolitan state. You have all kinds of people. You have the Edo people here that been here for like ages, that they give birth to great-great-grandmother and great-great-grandfather lives in Lagos and all. You have people from Calabar. Don't forget, Lagos was the federal capital territory before. We need to understand that. Lagos was the federal capital territory before, where it's like a melting point for everybody. Before we now move federal capital territory from Lagos to Abuja. So Lagos is a place where you have like people from Delta. They've lived here all their lives and the rest of it. The Igbos, a lot of them have lived here all their lives. People from Kaduna, the northern people have lived here all their lives. So he has a major work to do. Lagos should be a place of love. Lagos should be a place of destiny. It's a place of destiny, a place where you come into. I mean, if you check very well, everything works in Lagos here. Because why? Everybody comes together to put in their best. Entertainment-wise, you can't say entertainment-wise is one particular set of people that are making it succeed. No, it's a collective effort. Musically, people from different tribes came together to make it work. Movie-wise, same thing. People from different tribes came together to make it work. Technology-wise, the same thing. All the areas that Lagos pride in, it's a collective effort. So Lagos right now is very divided. The governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, you got a lot of work to do. A whole lot of work to do. Of course, he's a great guy. I know he has a great heart, but probably people that are surrounding him and all, he has to do a lot of work. He has to really, really unite Lagos. For Lagos to be that formidable, great city that everybody is envious of around Africa and around the world, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, you got work to do.
Utchay, you know, I have often wondered, and I have been in discussions with persons who say, why is it impossible, according to what we have seen and all the threats that came out, maybe for a non-indigenous, if I may put it that way, even though they say Lagos is everybody's place, like it's a cosmopolitan city, like you just explained, you know, why is it that other persons from other places cannot contest successfully or peacefully in that place? You know, I've been watching a lot of news stories from the US, from the UK. You have a whole lot of persons from the Southwest who are holding political offices, even as far as Ireland, and they have freedom to do whatever they want to do. Why all the threats? And then secondly, we saw some of those people making those threats. What are the authorities waiting for to probably, you know, handle? Because those kind of threats are dangerous, you know, to possibly question, investigate those threats and do the appropriate thing.
Yeah, that's one thing that should be worked on. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see any reason why somebody that is from Ogun State cannot become a governor in a place like Anambra State. I don't see any reason why. Once you live there, you pay your tax, you should be voted for. You can campaign and be voted for. I don't see any reason why somebody from Sokoto cannot go to Rivers State to contest election and become the governor of Rivers State. I don't see no reason. That's a problem. One of the major problems we have in Nigeria that's affecting us is this thing about our state of origin, our pora, I mean, that pora thing is a very big problem. And it's hindering us. It's hindering the country and all. For crying out loud, if I'm born in a place, I live there and all, what stops me from contesting? Okay, so the state can collect my funds as a taxpayer. They can collect my things that I have and all the rest of it and whatever. They can accept my contribution. So what stops me from contesting a political position and making my impact in the area of politics?
Okay, Utchay, let me bring up the issue.
That's a very big problem that we need to work on, and it's really something that is affecting us, and it's not good at all in any way. We condemn it. But funny enough, the one of Lagos doesn't even have anything to do with the people that are contesting in Lagos. Nobody from Eastern Nigeria is contesting, is trying to hold a position. Nobody from the North is trying to hold a position. Nobody from South, where people like us were born and all, is trying to hold a position. Nobody at all is trying to. It's still same Lagosians, same same Yoruba people, and we're having all this problem.
Oh, okay, Utchay, let me just
last night in Lagos.
Utchay, let me just bring some facts to the fore so that, you know, we can be on the same page. The one around nobody from, maybe you're looking at the governorship, but maybe you may just have forgotten that a gentleman from Akwa Ibom State or so has won, you know, the House of Rep seats for Etiosa Federal Constituency, beating 2 Lagosians. I'm talking about Mr. Atta, who beat the incumbent in that seat, Jide Obanikoro, and Bankole Wellington. Maybe you forgot about that. And in the previous Lagos State House of Assembly, because we're still on the issues of state assemblies, there were 3 gentlemen from Eastern extraction who won House of Assembly seats. 3 of them. So I wanted to just bring that fact to the fore. Let's not forget Rita Oji, who was 2 terms in the House of Representatives from...
she lost that in the second
term. She was there from 2015 or so to 2019 or thereabout. A formidable lawmaker So the opening, I would say, with the figures available and these facts are brought to the fore, shows that people of other ethnic extraction who have lived in Lagos, who are paying their taxes, who are working legitimately, they have had the opportunity to politically contribute to the development of Lagos as legislators.
But Shola, I used a word, I said peacefully, because I know what Rita Oji passed through. Even Honorable Ogene, the other man from Amu Ward of who is an Urobo man, I know what he went through. So there are still some issues that need to be looked into. Let's ask Utchay, please come in here.
Yeah. I was actually looking at the governorship seat. Okay. That's what I was actually looking at. But of course, the fact that I mean, we've had some people from other ethnic extraction from other states become members of the House and the rest of it. It's interesting. So it should continue. It should continue. It should be encouraged, even up to the seat of being a governor. It should be encouraged. And I mean, same thing should also happen in places like in Eastern Nigeria. Same thing should happen in the North. Yes, this is one Nigeria, we're crying out loud. All this thing about I am from this place, I'm from that place. No, it's not necessary. We don't need that. I mean, we are being robbed. We are being robbed. That's the truth. I know a lot of development that would have happened if only we had. In fact, let me say something. The truth is this. I mean, it's clear on record that during the military regime and all, there was a lot of development, a whole lot of development. That's the gospel truth. During the military regime, I mean, people that are non-indigenous that ruled a particular state made a lot of impact.
That's true.
I remember very well, there's one particular military governor that ruled Enugu State. He made a lot of impact in Enugu State when he was there, the period when he was there. And all, you know, during the military regime, they can pick somebody from the north, make him a governor in Imo State, pick somebody from Imo State, make him a governor in Borno, pick like that. That's how it works during the military regime and all. And there was a lot of tremendous impact that period. I mean, we should live above all this whole ethnic stuff and whatever. He's from here, he's from there, and the rest of it. Who has he helped? Has he affected the cost of Gary in the market? Has he added more money in our pocket, for crying out loud? In fact, if you are not from a particular place, you will be much more, you'll be careful not to misbehave. You even do better because you know that those people are not your but I keep talking about the Borabo.
The responsibility is higher at that level.
Yes, you be very, very, very careful. If they are not, because it doesn't make any sense. Why is it that when it comes to time of presidency, anybody from any tribe can become a president, but when it comes to states and the rest of you start bringing up all these things, ethnic profiling and all the rest of it, we don't need all that. We don't need all that. Somebody from the north, from Borno State, should go that has lived and is working and earning his living and contributing to the state of Anambra from Borno, should be a governor in Anambra State. We should stop that. I mean, this should be part of the thing that this particular Senate and this particular House should actually adjust. They should adjust it in the law for us to move ahead. Other countries are moving ahead. Okay, we are still in the same place where we are.
So,
we don't need that.
Let's remind ourselves just that President Muhammadu Buhari just on Friday signed that constitutional amendment. Myself and Uju spoke about it before we brought you on. The constitutional amendment aspects that now gives financial autonomy to the State House of Assembly. In your own view, how do you think this will help these lawmakers at the state level to be able to hold their own? They don't see themselves as subservient to the man in government house in whatever state.
Yeah, it's better so they can carry out their duties and all. It's better. It's a better approach and all. I mean, most times this bureaucracy and the rest of it actually hinders a lot of stuff. So it's actually a very good move, and we must commend that. And in fact, democracy in Nigeria is growing. That's the truth. And we just keep modifying and adjusting and all. There's a whole lot to be done, in Nigeria for us to actually achieve a great nation that we all dream about and we all look out to. There's a whole lot of things. I mean, even financial autonomy across board, so people can actually do what they need to do. So people can actually be held accountable as part of the institution and all. Very important and everything. So it makes a whole lot of sense, and we like that, and more of that across board. More of that across board, even to various other structures in government. Very important that we do that, and that's the only way we can actually achieve what we need to achieve as Nigerians. Yeah.
Do you see likely abuse of this privilege, and what would you suggest as a way of checking it? Because you know that part of the fears had been that, oh, maybe the state houses of assembly would start holding their governors to ransom once they make a demand and he's not able to meet it.
Yeah, it's anything that does not have a check and a balance, there's always a problem. One of the problems we have in leadership here in Nigeria is that there's too much of freedom. There's no checks and balance. That's the truth. Everything has a check and everything has a balance. Even in the biggest country, in the most powerful country in the world, there's a check and there's a balance. The president of the United States cannot wake up one morning and take a decision. I think one of the problems is that we give too much of power to people in government, and we need to shed those powers that we are giving to them. We need to make that. That's why I love 2023, what's happening and all. There needs to be a check and balance and everything. Very important. A check and balance on the governor, a check and balance on the people in the house, for them to know that they can be recalled. An accountability system, very important. In fact, it should be part of what should be. It should be something that should be done regularly. I mean, even if it's in 2 months or bi-monthly and all, bi-monthly and the rest of it, we should have accountability. Let us know what you are doing with the money of the people. It's high time that people in government understand that the money that they are spending does not belong to them. It's our money. Like I usually say, anybody in power in government should understand that you are serving the people. You are our servant. See, I'm at that. You are our servant. You are serving us. You are not our master. You are serving us. I mean, for so long, we had a lot of people in government as slave masters. Nobody can talk to them. Nobody go. Whoever you are in government, you actually asked us for our vote, and we voted for you, and you are accountable to us. But you find out that people get into government and start bugaring. They become the king. They become the Lord. Nobody can talk to them. If you say this, they will do that and the rest of it. I mean, we should stop all that. And even this thing about government people moving around with too much of convoy, spending money carelessly. People should be careful. You see, from this 2023, should be careful. You're a government official. How can a local government chairman or something is going out, is carrying up to 5 to 7 convoy with all the police, collect all the policemen in his constituency, and all, collect all the policemen. They are all guiding him alone, him and his family. For what? On what grounds? I mean, these are things that we should stop. Burning money of the state, and nobody is calling him to order. Anybody that sees anybody that behaves like that behaves in a very, very funny way, in a very, very irresponsible way, we should call him to order. The citizens, you have the power. Let's report the person and let's do something about it. It's high time we stop all these things. Accountability should be the watchword. In fact, I look forward to a time in Nigeria that some people, you give them a government office. As you are giving it to them, after 1 month or 2 months, they'll say they can't continue. You know why? It's not juicy. They cannot make money anymore. Being in government is not a place to make money. You want to make money, become a technocrat, become an entrepreneur, become a Dangote, become a Tony Elumelu. Hustle for your money. Look for the money. Don't come and use people's money and start bugaing up and down and having fun.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this recall. Let's look at this recall system that you have mentioned. This is the second time that you have had to mention the recall system. How enlightened are Nigerians? How enlightened are the electorate to know that they can utilize their powers to recall a lawmaker? I mean, it's there. A lot of people will mouth it, but it has never succeeded. I remember that in 1999 to 2003 in the Senate, there was a case of JCM Wako, Joseph Wako of blessed memory, and you know, the fact they wanted to recall him. All he did was to run to the opposition political party in his state, and you know, they teamed up with his supporters, and he was able to wriggle out of it. it became non-effective at that point in time. So do we not need to make it more effective? Do we not need to enlighten the people the more? Because the carrot and stick approach of most of our leaders has made it almost impossible for the recall system to work.
Okay. Yes, there's still that particular part. That's whole, because a lot of politicians are very, very tricky. Many of them are tricksters and all. They are not there to serve the interest of the people. But interestingly, the Nigerian populace now know that most of these people don't care about them. They don't care about them. They care about themselves and all. So that's why a station like AIT, I love what you guys are doing. There's been a lot of education of the public, a lot of education of the populace. And we would love you guys, let it be like a discourse, a constant discourse for people to know through the platforms that we have and everything, the youth platforms that we have. We talk to our youths and we let them know that, see, you know what, you can recall. And of course, on this new administration, this new administration that has just come to be now, the elections and all, we intend to practice it. We have a very large youth constituency and we intend to practice it. That's the truth. We tell our young people that you have the power to recall anybody that is messing up, whoever, and it will work. It will work. Most times what happens is that Nigerians will feel, no, it cannot work. They have all the power. They can do everything. No. It will work. You can recall them. So it's just more creating more awareness through the medium, through your channel and other media stations. Because the media in Nigeria, kudos to you people. In fact, you guys, I mean, without the media, oh my God, it would have been a horrible situation. It would have been a situation of, I don't know what to call it. But the media is doing a great work, AIT especially, doing a great work, sensitizing the people, talking to people, creating relevant programs that can sensitize the people, relevant program, to let them know that, see, hey, you got the power. You saw what you guys did, what the media did, sensitizing the public that, hey, you guys have got the power to vote. You see, nobody knew that your vote mattered before. Nobody knew until this particular election. And you can see a lot of upturning, a lot of offset in different states, upset, especially during the presidential election. There was a lot of offset. And suddenly some people are like, are you serious? Let's whatever. And it's obvious that right now, most of them are finding that, man, if I don't commit a crime, a broad daylight crime, I cannot be in power. Because right now, people are committing broad daylight crime. I cannot be in power, which of course the court will settle all that and all the rest of it. People are committing broad daylight crime. But before then, they didn't see it like that and everything. But the Nigerian people came out in mass. They voted. Look at the offset. Look at the things that happened, even with senatorial seats around the country and everything. So the people, we have got the power. We can recall anybody that is actually constituting nuisance on our behalf. On our behalf, saying the name that is representing us. We have the power to recall the person. So these are all the things that will keep creating awareness. We keep talking to the people for them to know that, hey, you are the one truly in government. Anybody you put there is actually there to serve you. And at the end of the day, we have a better Nigeria. We are making advances. And I know in a short while from now, Nigeria is going to be the envy of the world. Nobody should give up. Don't give up hope. I know there's hope. There is hope. We can make it. Other countries have passed through all this and all. We can make, especially the young people. So nobody should give up. Don't give up. No, don't give up hope at all. Okay. We can do it. We can do it. And we are doing it and we'll do it. That's exactly what I want to say.
Okay, Utchay, thanks for your optimism. I share the optimism as well. Many other Nigerians also share the optimism that things will definitely get better. It's a learning process, 24 years of uninterrupted civilian democracy in this country, and things can only just get better.
But people have said that we really need to move from that learning process and get into the knowing process.
That someone who is 24 should have left the university.
Exactly. So that person should know a whole lot of things and be responsible in a lot of areas.